Clearing the air in Ohio schools. A months-long investigation by 10 investigators and our sister stations in Toledo and Cleveland has uncovered just how pervasive vaping has become in schools around the state. Students as young as, get this, second grade have been caught with a vape pen.
Tonight, Chief Investigative Reporter Bennett Haberly continues his investigation by looking into how much schools are willing to shell out to stop vaping. Bennett?
Yolanda, by now it's well known that schools are turning to vape detectors to help address this problem, but we found one district willing to shell out tens of thousands of dollars even when they can't tell us exactly how bad the problem is. We've seen vaping on campus and online, and when we don't see it, students tell us it's still happening.
I feel like I smell it more than I see it.
In the bathroom, like once a day. I don't really see it that much in the bathroom. But like almost every day in one of my classes, I see people do it.
So how do they conceal it?
Just like up their sleeve.
That has prompted school districts across Ohio and the nation to spend thousands of dollars on vape detectors in hopes of either catching or deterring students. Hilliard's superintendent, John Marshausen, watched his district's vaping incidents climb from 17 2 years ago to 86 last year.
And I think anytime we as a education community can try something new to help keep our students safe, we're doing the right things.
This invoice shows his district spent more than $3,500 to install vape detectors. By contrast, Olentangy spent $64,000. But when 10 Investigates asked for the numbers showing just how many vaping incidents had occurred in that district over the past 3 years, Olentangy denied our request. The district did later provide numbers showing all tobacco violations, but it wasn't clear how many of them involved vaping. A spokesman did send us this student survey from last fall, showing a third of Liberty High School participants admitted they used a Juul device every day.
In my 15 years as a school superintendent, this is the most serious health crisis that we face in Ohio with our young people.
Currently, the state does not require that Ohio schools track vaping incidents, which has led to a mixed bag of results. Some consider it tobacco offenses, others drug offenses. 193 districts across the state either told us they didn't track it or refused to supply the information. But with the help of our sister stations in Toledo and Cleveland, 10 Investigates did hear back from 353 districts. And after we crunched the numbers, we found there's been a 700% increase in the number of vaping incidents over the past 3 years. Those figures help explain why Derek Peterson is all smiles.
2019, we're projected to have 7,000 devices installed worldwide.
So
it's been a rampant growth.
Yeah, and as CEO, you're smiling about that.
You caught a tiger by his tail, hold on for dear life.
Peterson is the CEO of Soter Technologies, one of the companies supplying vape detectors to Ohio schools. Soter's website says the FlySense can provide real-time vape, smoke, and elevated sound detection for areas including bathrooms, locker rooms, and labs.
Earlier on, and this is our fourth version of device, earlier on trying to get the science down, there were quote-unquote false positives. But what our device can do now is what they call artificial intelligence.
Now, I noticed that this product and your competitor's product are both patent pending, so some people might say, how do we know it works?
Our device clearly works. We have countless customers saying how great it is.
John Marshausen says his district has experienced no false positives. Peterson says his company also supplies schools with decoy devices.
I sell a fake device, and it creates the same mistake, just like you have fake cameras.
Marshausen and Peterson both acknowledge the only drawback is that once students learn where the device is located, they've been less likely to vape in that same location.
Again, we're looking for deterrence. So it's all about deterrence. If somebody sees a video camera for security, they don't do something where the cameras are at. So it's always about deterrence.
Now, several other school districts across the state tell us they are considering adding vape detectors. Still, there were several other districts who told us they're holding off, fearful that, as we mentioned, students will just find out where that detector is and then go and use e-cigarettes somewhere else.
Well, if you put it in the places where they would likely go hide to do it, like bathrooms, put in all of them, then,
right.
You know.
Or as Peterson suggested, he's got those decoy devices so you could move them around.
So you don't know which one's, the real deal.
Well, as his point is, the whole thing is about deterrence and trying to curb this habit.
Yeah.
Got to do something.
Right.
Thanks a lot.
Sure.